We're going to start Smart and Terry, Jalen and Jayson, and Baynes.
What is the hope with giving those guys some rest?
Well, I think it's twofold. Number one is we had a good workout this morning with them, and we're able to focus just solely on us, which is really good. And then it also gives our, some of those guys will be in the second unit together, and it gives them a chance to play extended minutes, which is good. And then obviously it gives other guys a chance to play. So feel really good about, where we are considering we're 13 days in. I don't think we're by any means a finished product, and I think we can get better. But, we'll play the way we're playing tonight, and then tomorrow when we'll travel, Wednesday we'll play everybody that's available.
Will that be treated like a
Marcus Morris? I don't know the answer to that. That's a good question. That's something that along with our training staff, we'll talk about every day. But today was just, went through a good workout this morning, and we'll progress appropriately.
He said the other day he has to lose some weight. Is conditioning a thing with him?
I think, for the most part, I feel like he looks pretty good. That may be what he feels personally. But I think it's partly just getting back into the routine and rhythm of things, and I think that's, he's had a tough few weeks, obviously, and I think being cognizant of that's important, and I think it's a long season. As much as he wants to be out there, as much as everybody would love to see him out there, at the end of the day, he's got to progress appropriately so that he feels great when he does get back out there.
Has the way Aron has played in the preseason, in training camp so far, kind of given you maybe that comfort that maybe you can give Marcus Morris a little bit extra time?
Well, they don't really play a position where I'd say they'd share minutes a whole lot. Obviously, when we decide to go big, Baynes could start there along with Al. But, in a situation like this where we were starting a little bit smaller, it would have been typically Al would start and Baynes would back him up. So, I think that Baynes' play has been really encouraging. And, I think he can really move laterally. I think he's great defensively. And, again, I think his offense has been maybe even a little bit better than we thought.
Obviously, Jayson Tatum can do a lot of things beyond his years. What types of things are you looking for as a coach in these preseason starts and heading into the season to kind of carve out?
I mean, I think in the preseason you're just looking forward to the film that he will provide us tomorrow, and inevitably he did tons of great things against Philly last time, but he did a couple of things that he can get better from. And are we making strides towards the thing we can get better from? I think that's not him. I mean, we're pretty young out there. Even when you consider Kyrie and Gordon are 25 and 27. The other day we started 19, 20, 25, 27, and 30. That's pretty darn young. And so every day is going to be a great opportunity to learn.
I know last year the point was drilled into Jalen over and over again that we know you can score, but defense is how you're going to get on the floor. Is that the biggest transition for guys like that are talented coming in?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I have been maybe I don't know if surprise is the right word, but I think that Jayson Tatum's defense is beyond his years. I mean, he's very savvy. He's very long. He keeps uses his length. His arms are out, and he gets his hands on balls and deflects passes and discourages drives just because of his length. And so I think he'll continue to get better and better with the other stuff systematically, but he's done a good job for a young guy so far.
How much of that did you see at Duke, Brad?
A little bit. I'd say that I've always erred on the side when you're watching guys play of what they can do offensively, because I think that there will always be the opportunity to try to figure out your best method to guard with your group. So probably spent more time watching him on the other end of the court, and I didn't watch him near as much as Danny and his group, but the length was a major factor in one of the reasons why we liked him, and it's proven to be a real asset on the defensive end.
All right, do you want to set starting lineup? Are you comfortable altering for matchups? Is that feasible to say we're going to kind of fluctuate, or do you want a starting five and then you'll figure it out?
That's a good question. I think that it's funny because, right, we always talk about how we love the familiarity of the regular season, and then once playoffs hit, you better be flexible. And so I think that our best bet would be to be flexible.
Was there any impression, or what impressions did Markelle leave on you when you guys saw him?
Yeah, he's a great kid. He's a really talented scorer. You know, obviously a tremendous prospect and player. I mean, he's clearly a guy that you're going to have to account for on both ends of the court and can really score the ball.